Hello, guys. I want to ask you a question, and that question is, what lesson did you take out of the last relationship that you were in? Did it teach you to never invest, or did it teach you to push away others? Do these things sound similar? Well, let's go over the thing that you guys say. You shouldn't give more time than you get back. That's only the logical lesson you took, but what about the emotional lesson? It was quite different from that. Now that sounds very normal, very reasonable, but if you actually look at your behavior, it probably speaks more of this lesson. Now think about the lesson that you took. It was probably to never invest because you could get hurt. But I think we need to go back for a moment at the relationship where you did get hurt, because the relationship is where you got hurt. That was basically a defining moment for you, wasn't it? So now in life's defining moments, we have to decide what they mean. It's not going to change the fact that it's a defining moment, but it will determine what it defines. So you have to now decide what lesson you want to take from that, because the beauty of life is that we can go back to any experience from any moment of our lives. But of course, we can't change the past, although I know we wish it could. But we can change what it means. And we have the ability or potential to time travel back at that time and change the meaning. So what if we were to revisit your past and revisit that relationship and change the lesson to a more empowering one, to a lesson that would actually help your love life today, not hurt it, but still at the same time allow you to protect yourself? What lesson would you take from it now? Now, of course, you don't always know everything that someone's feeling before you decide to take a risk, do you? So sometimes it's necessary to take a small risk without knowing how someone feels. Now, depending on what your lesson was, it also depends on how the relationship turned out, such as you communicating with the person. Maybe if you communicated more, you wouldn't have gone through so much pain. Another potential lesson could be relationships can cause pain, or they can create pain, but they can also create immersive pleasure, and they can do both. I know that every relationship has potential to create pain. Sometimes they'll create pain even if it's the right relationship. They'll create good pain. Knowing this, it's crazy. It's like you're being strangled, right? If you want to live, you have to fight. But if you want a relationship, you have to know all of this is just a goal. Right now, you have to be prepared for a little bit of pain, but that's okay. Because I believe you want a relationship more than you want to avoid the pain. Is that true? Because sometimes you're going to have to think about that, because pain is always going to be crucial to a relationship, because without pain, it won't go anywhere. If it doesn't go anywhere, you lose attraction. So now, if you revisit the lesson, it's not don't invest in the guy. That's a stupid lesson. It just makes you a cold person, and I also know that you don't want to be. You don't want to look like that, because that's not who you are. Also, know you can give, because also expect that someone is going to hurt you. But I think there's a bigger lesson here, and that bigger lesson is bigger than all of these lessons. And I think it's that the right relationship told you that it is possible to recover, because now you're out there living. Am I right? You're not dying. You're not recovering. That relationship taught you that it is possible to recover. But it also taught you when you know something isn't right, you have the power to walk away from it. But I think another huge reason that you're scared is because you don't want to get close to somebody and invest all of this time and potentially get hurt. And fundamentally, that may be true, but you also have to ask yourself, do you want to hide forever? Or do you want to fight and risk it for the fun of it? Because I think you're scared to get into this situation again. I think the real lesson is that you're strong enough to walk away from any situation that isn't right for you, even if it hurts. And if that's the lesson, you can get into another relationship. So then the next time you come into a relationship, you can know that you can invest, because if you get close to someone and it doesn't work out, or if that person doesn't prove worthy of you, you have the strength to walk away. Knowing all of this, your goal right now is to go out there and meet some new people, and you still may be afraid, but also know sometimes being afraid can help you. Living life is not living a life without pain, because what lesson are you taught? Yes, you're given a test, but you're not learning anything new. Now, knowing this, don't just walk away because you're paranoid, because you can be losing a true potential that you cannot gain back. Now I want to talk about heartbreak. The really tough thing about heartbreak is obviously in order to feel heartbroken, in order to feel the pain of loss of somebody, we have to keep going back in our mind. There are certain times that we tend to go back to the person in our mind more than others. For example, when we're not busy, our mind snaps back into a memory of that person, or the memory or the moment we feel we're not busy, and therefore we're lonely and we feel a sense of loss, and then we think about the person who we wish at that moment. Or of course, we're going to bed at night when we're alone and we have time to think of the process that again, it is time at the end of the night we start thinking about that person. It may be the time when something is good. That's literally the really scary part. But usually people think we tend to get those memories when we're hurt or we feel lost. But no, we get it more when we're happy and also in a clear mind. And you may be asking, what's the cure for these certain problems? How do you get past the types of pain? How do we quickly move to a stronger place in our lives? And according to, the key isn't just distraction. Many people go straight for distraction activities when someone breaks up with them. They go straight to, how can I distract myself? What can I do? How many activities can I fill my day with? How many friends can I invite over in a single night so I don't get lonely? I don't even have the time to think about this person. But if you ever been heartbroken, you know you can try to fill your day with pointless activities from morning to dawn and still get that moment you leave out, you snap straight back to those memories, like the negative thoughts or those awesome, wholesome moments, the moments that makes your heart ache. So now you're out there asking, what is the recipe? Well, what is the recipe to curing heartache? And all I have to say is progress. It can be progress to the gym, or maybe progress to your job, or how you get through school, or even a life goal. Distraction is a short-term of solution to heartbreak. We drink, we eat, we may even sleep with other people thinking that will help distract us from the person that we really care about. We go about it, we spend as much time with friends as possible, we lose ourselves in our work for as long as possible, but these things don't always represent progress. If they only represent distraction, then there will only be a momentarily relief from this person, but they won't be a long-term. And knowing that it won't be a long-term solution to moving on from this person, then we have progress. What progress does is it makes you feel good about yourself, such as completing a project that you never thought you could do, or taking care of a dog all by yourself. Things that would make you happy for you. The way it can help you cure your heartbreak is that it shows you don't need somebody else to be there for you, because you're accomplishing everything without this person. Of course, heartbreak is the worst pain a person can feel, but also know that you're not alone. Families and friends can be there and help out in a couple ways, but the main focus is yourself. I hope this video did help you, and choose to take this is up to you. Also choose to not take this is up to you as well. But fundamentally decipher what we spoke about today and see how this can change the outcome of your heartbreak or your fear to be loved, because I can confidently say that everyone is special and there's always going to be that person that will hurt you. But knowing that, have a thought in your mind. If this person is not fitting your needs, you have the choice to walk away. Don't walk away because you're paranoid. Walk away because the person is not there for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to catch you guys in a new video. Thank you guys. Bye.